Would gentlemen, you?
Sure.
I mean, these are your words. You said, quote, there should be substantial cuts to the police budget, unquote. So they cut $1 billion.
Yes, exactly. Reclaiming my time. Yes, that's exactly what I said. And what I meant was what I said a moment ago. They should cut substantial funds from the police to give it to mental health.
How did that work out? We just had a field hearing down there. It
worked out very well. The United States, the city of New York, the crime statistics tell us the city of New York is the safest large city in the United States in terms of crime.
Mr. Ranking Member, that is not what the witnesses presented in our field hearing.
The witnesses you presented in your field hearing were only able to testify as to individual experiences.
Well, they said it's the most fearful time ever to live in the city. It might have something to do with defunding the police.
Reclaiming my time. People who read the New York Post or the New York Daily News, which follow the tabloid tradition of it, if it bleeds, it leads, could get that impression. But the statistics are what I said.
Do you feel safe walking in New York City?
Yes, I do.
Do you?
I do.
That's not the sentiment of your constituents. There are many of them, I'll tell you that.
Well, it's the sentiment of a lot of them. And the fact is, our crime rates are down, and it is a safe city, whatever the sentiments of some people who may get wrong impressions. I yield back.
Mr. Chairman, we have a video we'd like to play.
Mr. Chairman.
We have a video we'd like to play.
Mr. Chairman.
Ms. Dean,
I object.
what purpose does Ms. Dean seek recognition?
I object. I'm reserving my right to object to the video.
Why would
May I inquire as to whether the gentleman has followed the Judiciary Committee's AV protocol by providing 48 hours notice to the committee's clerk that he was going to use a video?
We provided notice. Well, first of all, there's no 48-hour rule. It's not in the committee rules. Second, we did let the committee staff, the majority, know that we had a video, and we gave the video to him this morning.
Responding to the gentlelady's request, he did not. He did not supply the 48 hours rule. 48 hours notice required by the rule.
Mr. Chairman.
Then I insist on my objection. Having failed to follow the bipartisan protocol, I insist on my objection.
An objection has been heard. The video will not be shown.
I appeal the ruling of the chair.
The ruling has been made. There's been an objection.
There's been no ruling that was made. There's been no ruling that's been made. There's been an objection.
Mr. Chairman, I'd like to speak regarding
No, that's out of order. This is not debatable.
Well, what's out of order is there is no rule that requires a 48-hour notice. That's what's out of order.
There is such a rule.
There is not in our rules.
Mr. Chairman, what are you afraid of?
There is such a rule. You objected last year. You were told there was such a rule.
Mr. Chairman, what are our colleagues on the other side of the aisle afraid of? Are they afraid of videos of parents?
The gentleman was recognized for his opening statement. Is he finished with his opening statement?
I'm not finished with my opening.
I seek recognition for a
Gentleman
parliamentary
should
inquiry.
proceed with his opening statement.
It's not a rule. It's what you said. I think the term you used is it's protocol.
The gentlewoman
Rules don't govern
objected.
the conduct of the committee. Rules do. That's not a rule. We had a video. We understood you had a video.
I seek recognition for a parliamentary inquiry.
Gentlewoman objected because you failed to follow the rule. Her objection is sustained.
Mr. Chairman, I seek.
Does the gentleman have anything else?
I seek. We had a recognition for a parliamentary inquiry.
We had. Yeah, I'll yield back in just a second, and particularly if you're going to recognize
Gentleman yields back?
No, I haven't yielded back yet. I said I will in a second. It's a video about parents at school board meetings, moms and dads speaking at school board meetings, and you guys aren't going to let us play it?
It will not be played. An objection has been heard that you failed to give the 48 hours required by the rule, and therefore
What
will not
rule?
be heard.
Mr. Chairman, what rule?
You have to cite
Parliamentary
the rule.
inquiry, what rule? Please present the rule.
In the case of audio-visual materials under the leadership of my predecessor, Chairman Goodlatte, a Republican, the committee developed a written protocol for managing the use of audiovisual materials in our hearings.
Written protocol.
This protocol simply requires members to provide 48 hours notice they are going to use audiovisual materials. Until recently, this protocol was not controversial. It was a helpful tool we used to manage hearings and make sure videos played properly. The gentlewoman has objected to the materials because the gentleman did not provide the agreed-upon 48 hours notice. Playing audiovisual materials during a committee hearing is the equivalent of introducing printed materials into the hearing record. In the normal course of business, we do not object to each other's requests, but members have the right to object if they so choose, and an objection has been heard.
Mr. Chairman, did we ever vote on that?
The gentleman is
That's a clever written statement, but a
Gentleman was recognized
protocol
for
is not a
opening
rule.
statement.
Mr. Chairman, obviously you're not going to let us play it. Obviously you're going to censor us, which is sort of the conduct of the left today, it seems, and Democrats today, it seems. I'll yield back the balance of my time.
Gentleman yields back. A point of order? Gentleman will state his point of order.
The actual written rule, this is not a rule.
That is not a point of order, as I said before. Playing audiovisual materials during a committee hearing is the equivalent of introducing printed materials into the hearing record. In the normal course of business, we do not object to each other's requests, but members have the right to object if they so choose, and an objection has been heard.
Not a rule, sir. I'd ask you to rule on my point of order.
the gentleman has not made a
The
valid,
gentleman has not made a valid point of order.
now we recognize
The
that.
gentleman...
Move the table. Move the table.
There's nothing to appeal. There's been no ruling. There's been no ruling.
There's just been an objection.